I'm here to show you how to use the T6 Tanglewood amplifier the most optimal way. This is a little PA basically with two channels, and you can use one of the channels for the guitar and the other one for the voice. Or you can use both channels for the guitar if you have a double pickup system or a microphone in conjunction with a pickup, however suits you the best. So I'll be showing you how to use the controls on the amplifier to get the good, decent sound, and how to use this amplifier the best possible way. Now we got this control panel in the back of the amplifier, which is easily reachable from the top. You will usually have this amplifier a little bit lower on a stand somewhere or on a chair, so you will see the controls much better. The first channel, which I usually use for the guitar, has two controls which are very important. The one is high or low gain, which means how much of the signal, how hot the signal should be from your guitar into the amplifier. If you have a pickup on the guitar that is already powered and you have a preamp on the guitar, then you would like to use the low input of this channel, because otherwise you would giving the signal that is too hot to the amplifier, you will get some kind of distortion or overdrive. So if you want to play your acoustic guitar the most optimal way, if you have the pickup with the preamplifier built in on the guitar, then you will use the low input on the channel. Then the gain control of this first channel is also important. If you have the signal too hot and put a lot of gain here, let's say here, then you will feed the master volume knob here to the right with a lot of signal, which is good but can sometimes distort. So you need to keep this volume on the channel quite low to start with, and almost always try to use the strongest volume on the power master volume here, which means that you will use the power of the amplifier the most optimal way. When it comes to the controls, the equalizer on this channel, most undersaddle pickups have quite hot and mid-range sound, so try to fool around with the middle frequencies here to make them warmer, depending on your playing style, of course, and the trebles as well. So I would always try to start with this, let's say, setting, moderate input level here, and you have bass, middle, trebles in the this neutral position. There's one knob, this contour, which usually works like a loudness on a hi-fi amplifier. It will basically enhance the basses and the trebles of your signal just with one press of the knob. If that suits you from the beginning, well, use it by all means. Otherwise you have this equalizer panel. If we go to the second channel, which is usually used for the vocals, there is also a setting of either line or microphone input on this channel, which means that if you have a microphone with the XLR connection, which is a balanced cable, which most dynamic and condenser microphones come with, then you will use the microphone setting. Otherwise, if you use this for the guitar channel, alright, we're back, then you will just plug this out and you're able to connect another cable, just the regular tele cable, into this one. So this is a double output jack, which can be used both with a XLR and with just a regular tele cable. On this channel you have bass and treble controls, no middle, so be aware of that. And usually good dynamics microphones, they don't need much more equalization. You'll be happy to start with a neutral position and then see, depending on the room, how you're going to use this. We go to the effects section, where there's a really interesting feature here, that this knob can adjust how much of a reverb or hall effect or any other effect that you use is applied to each of the channels. Not many amplifiers have this, and it's usually one reverb control for everything, right? This way you can adjust and to have less reverb on the vocals and more on the guitar, or the other way around. It's an extremely neat feature here. Then there are 4 kinds of effects here that you can choose from, and then there's a level, overall a level for the effects in the whole sound. And then of course the power knob, which is really the good feature here, that you can try to always keep it almost fully out. That will mean that you use the full potential of the amplifier in this amp. This output amplifier is usually the most quality part of any amplifier, and it's better to keep the moderate level on the channels and then put almost fully out on the master volume. Then if you really need more sound, then you can add on the channel, of course, trying to reach the best possible sound, right? If you need to enhance the sound of this amplifier and to get more presence of the sound, more basses, more volume overall, then you might like to use this. This is called a Tanglewood XS subwoofer, which comes with a pole, with a good cover, and it gives you 120 watts of power, and there's a 12-inch speaker inside of this thing. Subwoofer takes over the bass frequencies from the amplifier, which means that you will release the middles and the trebles to be used only on the T6, which will give it some additional power and more presence in the sound. At the same time, you will get a lot of basses, a very boomy and nice sound on your bass strings. Well, the vocals will sound better as well, I'm sure. So this amplifier is equipped also with a filter for the frequencies that you want to use, which means that you can choose between 50 and 100 Hertz, which are those deepest frequencies. You can just, decide which of those frequencies you would like to enhance with the TXS. All right, let's move to the back panel now. Of course, there's a well-known grill for the amplifier here, and there are 2 knobs that you can work with. One is for the frequency, which means that you can choose between 50 or 100 Hertz to enhance with the volume knob here. So I usually start with the settings here between 9 and 10 o'clock, because that's quite sufficient to start with, and then you fool around with that, right? So that would be the optimal way to set up the Tanglewood TXS subwoofer.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. You better talk to me, baby. I got a real good feeling.